Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and in tonight's movie review, I'm going to be doing a movie review on the new A24 film that just came out today, and it's also written and directed by Alex Garland, who previously directed the 2022 movie I saw in theaters with my friend Gian, Men, and this review is on Civil War. Yep. These are our tickets to Civil War that I went and saw this movie with my Uncle Charles tonight that we just got back from seeing. So, in this movie, Civil War is a dystopian war film, and its plot follows a team of journalists, including one journalist who's played by Kirsten Dunst, and who basically rescues a younger journalist, so basically rescues a younger girl from an attack, and who's played by Cailee Spaeny, and yeah, that's her name. And so, throughout the movie, this team of journalists they travel across the United States to Washington D.C. During a rapidly escalating Second American Civil War, which has engulfed the nation. And of course, this movie takes place in the near future during an ongoing civil war, including in Washington D.C. and we get ourselves like a bunch of bombings and gun shooting and lots of shootings and bombings throughout most parts in the movie, and yeah. So, when I first heard about this movie, I was kind of at first I wasn't too sure about whether or not to see this movie, but after hearing lots of really great things about this movie, and I've been hearing like a lot of people have been seeing and talking about this movie, I felt like seeing this movie with my Uncle Charles, and my dad also wants to see the movie too, but Dad's got other things going on right now, so it was just me and Uncle Charles seeing, so that went and saw Civil War together today, and I gotta say, Civil War was actually a great movie. I actually found myself really enjoying this movie throughout most of the movie. And what I like most about this movie is that this movie is played out as like a dystopian war film, and dystopian means that it's something fictional, that this movie's not really based on a true story at all, because none of the events in this movie are really true. It's just a work of fiction in terms of a dystopian war film. Even IMDb claims that this movie feels like an action movie. Well, from my perspective and my Uncle Charles' perspective, this movie didn't even feel like an action movie. It kind of felt more like a war film, because almost like a political war film or something like that. And of course, like Alex Garland went from a folk horror film to a dystopian war film. And Alex Garland also directed Ex Machina and Annihilation as well, which I haven't seen those other two films yet. But maybe one of these days, if I have time, then I might check them out. But yeah, and so Civil War is actually my very first A24 film that I saw in theaters since The Whale. I mean, Everything Everywhere All at Once was actually my first A24 film I saw in theaters in general. Because throughout 2023 last year, I didn't see a single A24 film last year. I only had to watch them on digital and streaming. So, but I'm actually glad that I went and saw Civil War, and I'm glad I got to see a new A24 film on the big screen. And even I think the experience was also really cool too, because I think the sound design in this movie was actually really good. And it's like the experience was actually super cool. I like how when the gun fires and like at some scenes, and there's like some bombings that occur and like throughout like during the second half of the film. And excuse me, a little dry throat going on, but excuse me. And I think the acting performances I thought were awesome too. I think Kirsten Dunst actually does a great job in this movie as one of the journalists, like Lee Smith, and of course like Cailee Spaeny, who plays Jessie in the film, a young photographer. Yeah, Cailee Spaeny also played Priscilla Presley in last year's Elvis Presley film Priscilla, and I actually love Priscilla. I would give Priscilla 5 out of 5. And yeah, Priscilla, which was also an A24 film, and which I also loved. and Kaylee Spinney was great in the film, and Kirsten Dunst was awesome in the film. Because I also liked her in Jumanji when she was very young, and of course Mary Jane from the Spider-Man trilogy with Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire. Yeah, Wagner Moura was also in the film too. Because I've known Wagner Moura in a little bit of stuff, but I actually first knew about Wagner Moura when he voiced Death the Wolf, like the bad wolf from Puss in Boots' Last Wish. And Stephen McKeely Henderson, who was also in the film too. I think I've seen him in some other films as well, because I think he looked very familiar. But yeah, he was good in the film. And Nick Offerman, who plays the president in this movie, Nick Offerman, I mean, yeah, because like he was there for the most part, and yeah. And I gotta say, Civil War is also my second favorite movie of the year. My number one favorite movie of the year so far is Dune Part 2. My second favorite is this movie, Civil War. Yeah, so now I got two favorite movies of 2024 so far. Because I had myself having an entertaining time with this movie. Same with my Uncle Charles. Like even when it comes to the violence that occurred in this movie, it's actually like pretty intense as well. Like pretty intense. Like kind of like I said, when the gun fires or the bombings explode. Like, and I think that's what makes the sound experience, like, very cool. Yeah, and plus, I actually saw this movie in a small auditorium, so, yeah, but that doesn't really matter. Yeah. So, yeah, overall, Civil War was a great movie, and I'm gonna give this movie 4 out of 5 stars. If you're interested in checking out Civil War, then I recommend checking it out. It's really good. I really liked it. And of course, since it's a new A24 film that just came out, I'm also wearing my A24 shirt as well. Yep, my A24 shirt from a couple years ago. Yeah, because I like me some A24. Yeah. And the last 2 previews I got before the movie started were actually both A24 previews. Like, the last 2 were I Saw the TV Glow, and of course the one I'm most excited for, Maxine. Because you guys don't even know how much I'm really excited for Maxine, because I really enjoyed X and Pearl. X is one of my favorite A24 films of 2022, and of course I also enjoyed Pearl as well. X and Pearl were great, and I can't wait for Maxine. Yeah, but yeah, Civil War, it was a great movie. And of course, I couldn't really recommend it enough, so there you have it. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for my movie review on Civil War, and that's going to be it for this video, so make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying, goodbye everybody, and that's about it.